Greetings, everybody. My name is Ryan Mack, president of Main Street, and welcome to the town hall. This town hall is being brought to you by Metropolitan Peace Initiative, the organization that when you hear that there's a 13% reduction in crime throughout the city of Chicago, a large part of that is in no small part by the Metropolitan. Greetings, everybody. My name is Ryan Mack, president of Main Street, and welcome to the town hall. This town hall is being brought to you by Metropolitan Peace Initiative, the organization that when you hear that there's a 13% reduction in crime throughout the city of Chicago, a large part of that is in no small part by the Metropolitan Peace Initiative, whose entire mission is to go out and recruit individuals to help engage, organize, and lobby on behalf of victims, lobby on behalf of communities and individuals. And they do tremendous things throughout the community. And they actually brought me on board because they wanted to add an addition of financial literacy and education to the overall mix of the type of services they provide. So absolutely excited to be a part of them and want to welcome you on our behalf, on their behalf. I'm here. I'm excited for tonight. Tonight we have an individual in Korey, Rutledge, who has brought a level of excitement and learning and actual tangible implication of the principles of financial education and brought it to the forefront. He actually sat through the course and has been working with myself for almost 5 or 6 months now. And Korey Rutledge, as far as I'm concerned, goes above and beyond the call of duty to not only learn the principles and implement the principles, but then give these principles back to his community. As you see here, he's a part of public equity and he does a myriad of things. Recently just got a promotion, as a matter of fact, where he was in the community outreach team. Now he goes into hospitals. And for those individuals that have gotten shot, he goes to them and talks to them and works with them and sees various levels of different resources that he wants to provide to those for the victims of shootings, of crime, and their families, wants to make sure there's no retaliation, and a whole myriad of things that he offers in terms of resources. Let me tell you personally, I've seen him in action. I've seen the commitment that he's given to his people. I've seen the level of love and sacrifice he's done for his community. And I'm going to tell you, not only that, it does not come from a place where he doesn't have experience himself of overcoming his own adversity, which you're going to hear about in a second. I'll tell you, you're talking about Phoenix rising from the ashes. Korey Rutledge is a perfect example of someone who's gone through adversity, learned from it, excelled, started businesses, became a self-made entrepreneur. And you know what? I'm not going to tell you his whole story. I'm going to let Korey tell you his story. And so, Korey Rutledge, thank you for joining us today. And tell your story. The floor is yours.
Thank you for having me, Matt. And I come today. I just want to start out by saying, I was 15 years old. When I left my parents' home, I was hustling, doing everything I could, for the coin. My mother was a single mother, single parent, raising me. She couldn't control me. I wanted to just do what I wanted to do. I wanted to be who I wanted to be. So, I moved out and I rented, a smoker's house. And pretty much I lived on the streets ever since then. My first time being locked up, I was 17 years old. I received probation on that case. And I went on to violate that probation. When I violated that probation, I pretty much went to the penitentiary. And ever since then, and I just been in and out of the system. I pretty much ended up doing the majority of my 20s and my 30s, my early 30s behind bars. I started over again and again. That was basically hell, steady running to the same brick wall. So, when I came home, I was homeless. I had nowhere to live. I had to live with my family members, my sister to be exact. And it was kind of like, it was like being locked up all over again, having to, go by somebody else's rules. So, I had to just stay there till I got on my feet. I didn't want a job. All I wanted to do was hustle and continue down that same path that got me locked up. Didn't apply myself. So I made it hard for myself. I stayed on that negative path, continuing spiraling downward. My motivation pretty much was my kids. I was always an active father, knowing that if I leave my kids will end up following in my footsteps. And, I didn't want to leave it to chance. I was there. There was multiple people around me steady catching federal cases. And they just kind of scared me straight and just kind of, showed me where I didn't want to be. And, I just wasn't willing to give the system any more of my time. So it kind of just helped me to, start to, get on the straight and narrow path. Most of my support system was people that I grew up with, people that had careers. One of my business partners, he was one of the people that was around me all the time. He ended up being incarcerated for federal charges. He always told me that they had beds for knuckleheads, and he pretty much told me, man, get on the right road and stay there, unless I'm gonna end up where he was. So I kind of just, I took heed to that, and I kind of just followed, that straight path, and I just stayed away from certain things because like I said, I didn't want to get a system more of my time. Today I'm just grateful that I was able to start my own trucking business. Now I've been doing strong for 5 years with that. I'm also aggressively working hard in an untapped market that many melanated people are not yet to scratch the surface in. I'm also working diligently in my community to restore public health, public safety, doing community violence intervention work. I'm also working with Black Researchers Collective, researching maternal health for birth and families, in the progression community. And I'm just trying to be a staple and be a role model so that people can learn from what I'm doing. I started my trucking business. I had to do a lot of research, fundraising, and borrowing. I got a small grant to help me do some of the paperwork to get started, talking to different people inside the industry for tips and guidance. One market, I'm still working hard to open the doors for me, but the other business that I'm working with, they're not making it easy for me. They're making it a challenge, and I can appreciate that challenge because it's making me go even harder in that market. So, I'm just staying down and just staying straight and putting the work that I need to put in. One thing I can promise though is I never give up. No is not an option for me. So in my community, I outreach. When I got started with the outreach job, I had to wait like a year before they put me on board. But once I started, man, I had to put my all into it, and I've been working hard and diligently, to help my community and my the people in my community to just offer them any resources I have and just help them know that this is help out there. Man, my experience with Ryan Mack, it was legendary. Day one when I met Mack, it was an orientation, where he outlined everything. We would learn each week. Financial literacy is let me slow down. Financial literacy is a one-on-one where we gain knowledge all around the board. There was not one thing that he did not cover in the class. Ryan teachings made me, do real homework when it comes to my finances. And I understand, what he was saying immediately. Financial literacy was very important to me because I'm a provider of my household, and I want to create generational wealth, for my children and grandchildren. It feels wonderful to be almost debt free. My truck, it will be paid off this week. I got a few credit cards. My debt will be paid on that this week as well. And maybe by the end of this year, the last vehicle that I'm financing, it will be paid off too. So I'm working hard, to create financial literacy for myself and my family and, the people around me, trying to get on what I learned, what Ryan is teaching me, what I've learned through the program, and just, continue to build a strong financial backing and, continue to support my family and everybody around me. One thing I just want to tell to the people that's coming home and the people that's out here, lean into your discomfort. Don't be scared to change. Focus on what you want. Write out a game plan, execute. Don't be afraid of failure. Embrace it. Keep striving for greatness. Never give up. Man, just keep going through your struggles, man. Claim your victories. Always celebrate every win, no matter how small. And have a support system because you're going to always need it, man. You're going to need it often too. So it's kind of a little bit of my story, where I came from, where I'm at, what I'm doing there. I just want to keep, striving, and I just want to thank Mac for, helping me and giving me the knowledge and the financial literacy, man, to conquer my dreams and to keep moving. Appreciate you, Mac.